where are the men, Rupinder? You tell me, you're still unmarried, you're not getting married. Are you not finding men to get married? What is it? Such a nice girl as you, independent, successful, pretty. I mean, where are the men? Why are you not finding men?
There are only two things that comes to my mind. One is men, and second is dinosaur.
Seriously?
No existence. You know what? How we traditionally learnt the men are. I don't think it's there any longer. I think whenever I look around and whoever I meet, it's like, okay, so that's a Disney princess, that's Cinderella, and likewise maybe some other kind of not, I wouldn't even say a queen, because they're so delicate. They want to be pampered, taken care of without putting in any effort. There's so much so that agar aapne, even if at all you're just stepping out for a cup of coffee, even then it has to be in their radius. क्योंकि 12 बजे के बाद या फिर ज़्यादा दूर जाएंगे उनकी गाड़ी कद्दू बन जाएगी. I'm like, Princess Cinderella, you know what? Let's just put a stop here.
Oh my God.
I don't want that. So it's actually so funny. It's so funny. Sorry for my professional terminology, but the market out there is like really funny. I wouldn't even say it's bad or it's sad or whatever it is. It's just funny. It's really funny. I don't know how come people like you are blessed to have a good partner, but I don't see any concept of partnership any longer.
I know. I don't know what happened actually. So I married my partner very early, and see, you can say we both were like kids, like when we got together. But I see that these days, especially my younger sister is also not able to find a man. The problem with men is they don't want to commit. They just want to have fun, hang around, and don't want to commit. They are not ready for it. They are just, I don't know when they will be ready. Will they be always boys?
I think the younger boys nowadays, they are still kind of responsible and responsive. With the men, I think it's specifically with this generation where they just don't pamper. No, they're just entitled. Majorly, not all of course, but majorly, they're so entitled to everything. It's like, you know what, I'm breathing, why don't you clap for me, for my existence?
So you mean they are mama's babies and they are not grown up. They are looking for mamas. They are not looking for wives.
Yeah, I think definitely yes, because the other day I was chatting with one of my friends and I'm like, you know what, everything is drilling down to no responsibility plus the convenience. And honestly saying, I mean, we talk about men and I really don't shy away from saying this, because men isliye highlight ho rahe hain because majorly the society is dominated by men up till now, I mean, up till our generation.
Right.
So ab wohi sabse zyada janata hai to wohi bichari highlight hoegi na, and so it's not 100% but majorly it's like that. So this is how they are raised, जहाँ पे उनको कुछ भी responsibility लेना नहीं है, and how do they fit that aspect of not taking a responsibility is give some other reason and play with it. And I think somewhere the generation above us, they have also enjoyed playing victim to get their ways out. So अभी इन लोग ने क्या किया ना convenience में, so if you see, they watch anything, they have seen anything, उसमें से they have this secret diary as per me where they are picking up कि हाँ ये वाला convenience मुझसे match करता है, so let me just pick that. ये वाला नहीं करता, तो say for example गजनी ले लो, अच्छा इसका hair style अच्छा नहीं है, let me cross that off. Okay, so उसका गर्लफ्रेंड ने इतना उसके लिए मर गई, oh I think this is a good point, fits the bill, let me just pick. Oh, this guy bought a flat for the girlfriend in her name. Oh no, that doesn't fit. Let me just strike that off. So it's like ये अच्छा convenience pick कर लेते हैं और बाकी सब छोड़ दो. So similarly, Western culture, you've picked up everything. अच्छा हम party करेंगे, हम we do anything and everything. But what we don't want to pick up is that by the time you are 16, 17, 18, you leave parents' house and you build your own living. No, we don't want to pick that. So we would pick, oh, people do living. We want to pick that. But what we don't want to pick is that whenever they get into the relationships, they live for it. They give in their best. We don't want to pick that. So it's not convenience, yeah. It's all convenient.
So,
And I think सबको पता है. It's just that people don't want to say it out loud.
Yeah.
I think
I think men are becoming unrealistic. तो देखो, working wife चाहिए, लेकिन वो वर्किंग वाइफ पहले घर का सारा काम करे, मेरी मम्मी को पापा को खाना खिलाए, उसके बाद वो ऑफिस पहुंचे और टाइम पे घर आ जाए. ऑफिस में काम है, कंपटीशन है, उसको छोड़ो यार, तुम्हें घर देखना है. पहले टाइम पे घर आओ, सबके लिए फिर से खाना बनाओ, and then maybe you're good in bed also, and then you sleep and start the next day again like that. I mean, क्या women इंसान नहीं है? If she wants to work, yeah, she is allowed to work. लेकिन भैया तुम बहू भी तो हो, तुम पहले सारे काम करोगी साथ में और पैसे भी लेके आओ, और फिर वो जो तुम पैसे लेकर आओगी वो भी हम रख लेंगे, बिकॉज तुम्हारा पैसा हमारा पैसा है. I mean,
that's where equality, no, convenience.
Yeah.
Equality है.
तो यार तुम्हें चाहिए क्या, मतलब तो these are not men, they are boys. They are literally just boys. यहाँ पे इतने लोग हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं लाइफ पे, कोई कुछ कहना चाहेगा इस बारे में? Are you like this? क्या वुमेन जो है वो इंसान नहीं है? Should she not be respected, given that kind of relaxation time? She also needs to rest her body. She also needs to rest her mind. If she is asking कि share the workload with me, तो क्या वो कुछ गलत कह रही है? What do you say, Rupinder? If boys are asking for this, then why will anyone marry? मुझे तो ये समझ नहीं आ रहा.
So see it, no, most of the women are just choosing to be single. I don't know about men, because men we usually see looking for a partner. So I think in women also there are actually two categories. One is the leisure category, and one is where they are ready to build something. But when you're ready to build something together, but you build it with who?
Yeah, you're
so
ready to.
Eventually you decided to build it for yourself. And when that happens, so I'm pretty sure that there will be some people who would, who are, I don't know if they're there now, or they just might come up later in the comment section, like, you know, this is male bashing, and why did you do this and do that? And my only question to them is, you just forget, exit the video, no, don't watch. And if you're watching, then you please sit back. You also have a choice to sit back and think that, why is this triggering me? Irrespective of if you're a male or a female, why is it triggering you? So what is the truth that is annoying you in this conversation?
That is so true. If someone wants to say anything. So Rupinder, I think if I invite you on Facebook, we can maybe start this live on Facebook as well. It's not like really going from my laptop. Like friends. Okay, I think there is some problem with the Facebook. Are you being live on Facebook as well?
How do I do that?
So I find myself live on Facebook now, and I am trying to get you in. Okay.
That's another tiny little man in your house, I think.
Yeah. That's tiny. So I work very hard on my boys so that when they grow up, they don't behave like this. I'm teaching them to take responsibilities, because I don't know, and this is very sad, you know, because ऐसा नहीं है कि men don't feel lonely. They feel lonely, and women also feel lonely, but they are not able to be together because of this silly issue that men are just not growing up. They are they want to stay boys forever.
So I agree, and I really admire the fact that if I look at today's generation's parenting, like it's a pretty common concept of conscious parenting now. But then
Yes.
I do notice a stark difference in these teenage boys nowadays. Because you look at how they carry themselves, the finesse that they have, the clarity of thoughts that they have. If they want something, they're very clear. This is what I want. If they don't want something, they just know it. So our generation, they don't know what they want. They just kind of lost. So and that's when these work-like situationships and all of those ambiguous stuff, all of that is coming up because you don't know what you want.
Yeah.
So first you're going to entangle somebody emotionally and then say, I'm not ready to commit. Okay, dude, did you not know this in the beginning? Are you like a small child? You see people who get very easily influenced with whoever is around. Really? Don't you think you're being a pylon on one person all the time?
I know this is really sad, and these commitment issues are, I think, they are coming with the way. So let's step back, Rupinder. एक generation पहले जाते हैं. ये जो boys हैं जो बड़े नहीं हो रहे हैं, because they are very clingy to their mothers. And why are they clingy to their mothers? क्योंकि उन्होंने शायद अपनी mothers को torture होते हुए देखा है, right? By their in-laws. So they become so clingy to their mothers that they are maybe 35, maybe 40, but they are still boys to their mamas. So this then what is they're still with the mommy. अब मम्मी को पहले दादी से नहीं बचा पाए तो अपनी वाइफ से बचा के रखना है. इसलिए कमिटमेंट करना इज लाइक अ ह्यूज चैलेंज बिकॉज मेरी मम्मी का क्या होगा अगर ये लड़की से मैंने कमिटमेंट की तो व्हाट विल हैपन टू माय मम्मा. I think they are wounded children from inside, and so they refuse to grow up. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree that these are majorly childhood wounds, and of course, like visually, they have seen their mothers or maybe the wrong cartoons. I don't know. Like grown up watching Disney princess cartoons. But yeah, primarily they've seen their mothers, and you look at the mother's state as well. So this lady who was managing the entire household and the joint families in those days, doing all the household work, not getting any forget about any acknowledgement, but not even the due respect that okay, no, you've done something. Like somebody cooks something for me, I'm like, I wouldn't even comment on, with the slightest possibility of it's not tasty or anything like that, because you already put in so much of effort to cook for me. And so many people around me, they know that I refuse to best of the food, and if my mother has cooked something at home, and like यार घर जाके मम्मी के हाथ का खाना है, like she's put in efforts. I mean, you just acknowledge that. तो वो सब acknowledgement तो है ही नहीं है. Okay, and what is her husband doing? Her husband is also not paying the due attention because whole day they are out. And for all you know, they might have, so see in each family there would be at least one generation who's put in their hard work to create the wealth.
Yeah.
Whatever little that each family would have.
Yeah.
Some would be doing that now for their family. So maybe in that generation, so the husband is out earning for the family, doesn't have a lot of time, and there's this woman who's gotten married to a, so to say, partner, but has nobody to communicate to, doesn't have expression, and then she has a child. And that child becomes the possession.
Yeah, that's true.
And for so many years, you have nurtured somebody, you've relied on someone becomes a reason for you to live. Somebody who's catering to your emotional needs and giving your support for whatever ways or means. Some insecurity thi. Eventually you're deriving all of that love from your child, and now the child is grown up and you suddenly see another woman in his life. So but of this कि वो तो competition है ना. And look at that man, of course he's attached to the parents, say mother, learned from from her the victimhood, learn from her don't express. Also the beliefs, like you tell me what beliefs, let's take a guess, what beliefs, and this is to the audience also, what beliefs you think your, our generation has grown up with?
Yeah, you mean these generations, men's moms?
Yeah, so what beliefs? अच्छा नहीं लगता. अच्छा किसको अच्छा नहीं लगता? अच्छा ऐसे नहीं बोलते, बड़ों के सामने ऐसे नहीं बोलते. अरे वो तुम्हारा पति है, ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते. ये क्या, ये what are the beliefs? I'm sure that you too would have heard, and like I said, the audience can obviously pull into that, whatever you would have heard. तो अब इतना आपने बिलीफ सिस्टम साइड में पूरा ऐसे मतलब हर तरफ से आप उसको टाइटन कर लो, हर तरफ से पकड़ लो, एंड देन यू आर लाइक dude,
I know. Yeah, I think there are some comments.
Yeah, okay. Let's see what's that.
Yeah, I think someone is saying, I think the society suspects men to be not comfortable around their vulnerabilities. Maybe this is why relationship and commitment scare them, makes them uncomfortable.
To each its own perspective.
Yeah. This is true, however. I mean, but I think the modern woman, if she's working and she knows how to take care of the house, and if you're in relationship with her, she would understand your vulnerabilities. Like ये तो पुराने जमाने की बात है that men जैसे पहले क्या होता था, when the fathers come, एक घर का माहौल है, अचानक से सब कुछ अपना पढ़ने बैठ जाएंगे, because father has this strict persona, कि father is coming, the decorum has to be maintained, and there'll be nobody open in front of the father. That's like old generation upbringing. But now it's like openness, right? If you can be yourself, you can be vulnerable in your family, and you can be vulnerable to your partner. And that's how the relationship can sustain. I think the point here is that the openness in the relationship is not there. Men, although they are in a relationship with a woman, but they are not vulnerable. They're not showing up where they are vulnerable. तो वो फिर relationship honest नहीं है, open नहीं है. I don't know. What do you say?
So I think vulnerable नहीं है तो I don't know, सबका अपना perspective. बट अगर आपको विलिंगनेस ही नहीं है तो फिर
वो कमिटमेंट इश्यूज हैं, कमिट नहीं करना है.
तो विलिंगनेस नहीं है ना यार. हाँ. बात तो वही आ गई ना, दैट देयर इज नो विलिंगनेस.
लेकिन एक बात बताओ, फिर क्या होगा अगर वुमेन को कमिटमेंट नहीं मिलेगा तो ब्रेकअप होगा, राइट? देन दे men will be again lonely तो सभी रहेंगे, राइट? The men will be lonely, the women will be lonely, and whatever relationship men wants to go in, they don't want to commit, and the women wants commitment. Now हो क्या रहा है? I see plenty and plenty of women not marrying, plenty of women not marrying, and so where are the men? And I'm sure these men who are running away from commitment, they are also lonely, isn't it? So the problem is that every party is lonely. So why can't this awareness be spread कि भैया get up, become a man, have commitment, decide, so that this problem is resolved. Because if everybody just stays lonely, then it's society just goes on a state of unhappiness. मतलब पहले जॉइंट फैमिली से हम न्यूक्लियर पे आए और अब न्यूक्लियर फैमिलीज भी नहीं बन पा रही हैं because people are not married. I mean, look at this. After 10 years, we'll just have sad and lonely people. I mean, I don't want to see that, really.
That's so true. No, there are people who are in unhappy relationships. They usually say, you know what, single life is really good. तुम लोग तो कितना कुछ कर सकते हो and things like that. And I always tell them, you know what, I've not met one single person till now I meet with so many people, so many clients walk up, not one single person, divorced, not divorced, traumatic relationship, single, whatever age, male, female. किसी ने मुझे आज तक ये नहीं बोला that given an opportunity, I would not want a relationship. Not one, because scientifically speaking, we are what, we are social animals.
Yeah,
we have to have people around and we want companionship. And I think हम लोग ने खुद ही क्या ना वो we have just spoilt the definitions, we have spoilt the entire institution of marriage, relationships, companionship as per our own comfort and convenience. So first thing is to actually agree that there's nothing wrong with making a commitment. It's a beautiful thing to do, provided you are ready for it. And if you're not ready for it, be at least very clear in your mind right from the beginning, and don't end up indulging in a relationship and then later on unfolding like, you know what, this was never a part of the contract. So that leisure men get leisure women. And the ones who are ready to build things together, they build things together. Abhi kya hai na, that the leisure men, they derive power out of spoiling, or men or women, whoever. But the one who's coming from a leisure segment derives power out of messing up with the person who's aiming at a good relationship, who's a good person, that person's state. Why? Because they are not deriving the emotional comfort from leisure to leisure. The comfort that they want is leisure to a serious person. तो मतलब best of all the things चाहिए, but commitment मत कराओ, responsibility मत दो, मैं शादी नहीं करूंगा, मैं बच्चे नहीं संभालूंगा, तुम्हारा खर्चा नहीं उठा. I've also had men who would literally tell me, ये सूप के ना पैसे मैंने दिए हैं.
Shit.
Like,
they are boys. Rupinder, they are mama's boy. उनकी मम्मी पूछेगी तुमने कहाँ पैसे खर्च कर दिए.
Like,
they are mama's boys.
So you should have, like, if you could not pay for it, then just don't invite.
Yeah, it's basic courtesy.
एहसान जता रहे हो, सूप के पैसे मैंने बहुत मेरे से ले लो यार, तुम्हारा खाना नहीं खिला सकती हो. You know,
इनको I think again I'm going back to the childhood wounds.
Right.
They are unhealed children, जिनकी mothers ने बहुत torture झेला है, and they are clinging to their mothers. And जो उनकी mother का wound है वो उनका wound है. किसी so anyone even they are dating, वो एक external party है. मेरा और ये मम्मी का पैसा है, right? ये आइए, इसके सूप के पैसे मैं क्यों दूं, right? इसके बच्चे मैं क्यों पालूं, इसके संग मैं क्यों commitment करूं? I'll just have fun. And they are not willing to commit. So I have a friend, she's been in a relationship for 4 years and she ultimately had to break up क्योंकि बंदे ने बोला मैं शादी नहीं कर सकता, because मैं commitment नहीं कर सकता. कमिटमेंट मतलब शादी मतलब मुझे तुम्हारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी उठानी पड़ेगी, फिर बच्चे होंगे, फिर उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी उठानी पड़ेगी. आई एम नॉट रेडी फॉर दैट. आई वांट just no strings attached kind of a thing. And it's very sad. And she turned 30 and she's saying that person is also 32. And now if this goes on and on, then you will be lonely. Like, where is the sanctity of relationship? Healthy relationship तो नहीं है ना ये. तो कहीं ना कहीं, yeah. So I told her, being a coach, that these kind of men need healing because there's somewhere wound. This is not healthy. This is not normal. And हमारी country में problem क्या है कि if you are unhappy, if you are not healed, मतलब mental health की कोई बात नहीं करता. आप अंदर से दुखी हो, आपके childhood traumas हैं वो आज तक heal नहीं हुए हैं, resolve नहीं हुए हैं, आपकी लाइफ तो खुश हो ही नहीं सकती unless you settle them. So I told her, these men are unhealed, and why are you attracting these men? So as into manifestation, so I told her that you need to work on your energy so that you don't attract these wounded men in your life. So this I think this is a lot which is there in the society, and we just ignore our well-being. Agar suppose I'm earning well, then that is enough. इन इंडियन सिनेरियो, अगर मैं खुश नहीं हूँ तो वो एक प्रॉब्लम है जो कि मुझे किसी से डिस्कस करने की जरूरत नहीं है. मैं शायद एक मूवी देख लूँ या कुछ मजे कर लूँ, बट मैं अगर अंदर से वुंडेड हूँ तो मेरे को उसकी कोई चिंता ही नहीं है. आई थिंक दिस इज अवेयरनेस प्रॉब्लम. एंड
आई एग्री, बिकॉज़ उस टाइम पे फिर वो डिस्ट्रैक्शन में जा रहे हो ना, यू आर
हाँ,
गोइंग इन अ
हाँ,
डिस्ट्रैक्शन मोड, यू आर नॉट
distraction,
हिटिंग द नेल.
yeah. So, as coaches, especially, I think we should talk more about it. That these unhealed children, who are still children, they're still boys. When will they become men? Unless they are healed, they will not become men. Unless they, come forward to take responsibility, and unless they will have commitment, they will not have families. And it's a need to have family. A relationship is a need, and you can't just keep changing partners. Aaj ये गर्लफ्रेंड, फिर कमिटमेंट हो गया, फिर एवरीबडी, इट हर्ट्स. ब्रेकअप होता है, सो इट हर्ट्स वुमेन ऑल्सो, मेन ऑल्सो, दे बोथ आर हर्टिंग. देन यू आर सो डैमेज्ड कि आप अगली रिलेशनशिप में एक्स की बातें करोगे हमेशा, राइट? तो मतलब, आई मीन, इट्स अ टोटल स्क्रू अप.
It is,
It's
it is.
really,
Definitely, and it's very, very difficult also. And you rightly said that it's more of the awareness, more of acceptance. अगर awareness है तो उसके बाद में ये भी है ना कि आप accept तो करो that was there's a problem and there's a problem with you. तो
yeah.
accept करके and then you show the willingness. I mean, as for me, I would just put it in different micro steps. That if you're willing, then you please take action. If you're willing, if you know the problem, you just don't sit and repent. कि यार ओ मेरे साथ विक्टिम हूँ अगेन, ओ गॉड आई एम सो, इट्स सो फनी. आई मेरे साथ तो ये प्रॉब्लम है, तुम्हें पता है ना कि भाई मैं तो ऐसे ही हूँ.
हाँ, मैं तो कमिटमेंट नहीं कर सकता.
तो यार ये कैसी एक्सेप्टेंस हुई? तो एक्सेप्टेंस के बाद में आप कुछ चेंज तो करो ना. And you're right, like as coaches we must like this is a complete unfiltered casual rough talk that need be doing, but I think as coaches, even if at all as professionally, when people come in, I remember this case that I had. There's this 36-year-old gentleman and he's pretty clear that I don't want to get married. The parents want him to get married because उनको बच्चा चाहिए, प्रॉपर्टी
उनको बच्चा चाहिए, राइट?
बच्चा चाहिए, प्रॉपर्टी कौन देखेगा? And when I spoke to him, he was pretty clear कि यार मेरे को responsibility नहीं लेना है, because whatever I'm wanting to do in life, it just feels that it will all be messed up. And then I checked on with him that you talked about this lady you were dating and is she supportive? And हाँ वो supportive है, हाँ सब ठीक है. And it took him so much courage to eventually come down that there is no second, third, fourth, fifth reason, but it's me who doesn't want to take the responsibility and don't want to get into the relationship. And I just left him that that's fine. If you don't, but at least you're clear now. You know that what are you getting into. But then these are the consequences. So that's when he just went quiet, and it's like. Yeah, he actually did not have nothing much to say.
I think it's that's how they're raised, and the subconscious it goes so deep. I think we should give responsibility to our children. If we can't have pet, तो उनको एक plants दे दें. इनको आपने ही इनमें पानी डालना है, आपने ही इनका ख्याल रखना है. बचपन से ही we should give them some responsibility, right? And this woundedness, childhood traumas, मदर के ट्रॉमास बच्चों के ट्रॉमास होते हैं when they see it and it's unresolved. And एक प्रॉब्लम और है that the mothers are venting out with children. घर में सब चले गए, अब बच्चों को सब बताओ, इसने ये किया, इसने ये किया, इसने किया, बच्चों के सामने रो. Then forever they are wounded. What relationships they are going to create in life? Because then they will think it is like this. So
yeah. And you're right, Shilpa. And alternatively, I've also been engaged with a couple of families where the conversations have been open, the mothers have been happy. You look at their children, they glow. And it's not that they don't have problems. Their children glow. You look at those men, they'll be so graceful and irrespective of किसी ने क्या पहना है, कौन सा ब्रांड पहना है, और आप कौन सी गाड़ी से उतर रहे हो, या what pen are you using to sign, or whatever, all of that shit. But they're so graceful. You just look at them and like, wow, that's so impressive. So it's not that all of that you are saying or I'm saying or anybody else online is talking about. It's not that it's unachievable, unrealistic. पता नहीं कहाँ से हवा में बात.
No.
It's all, and it takes this tiny little step. The moment you're
Yes.
ready, go take the path that serves you the best. Be it the manifestation work that you do when you do brilliant work, or any scientific rewiring work.
Like you are a results coach, and healing is a part of
that. Everything, it can be done. It can be done beautifully.
Yeah. So the point here is not taking commitment is not normal and healthy, and it is as a fashion. It should not become a trend because it is hurting you. And so I'm happily married. I don't have the problem. My when I met my husband, he was ready for commitment. Like since day one, he was ready for commitment. So we got into this, and we are happily married. But the thing is, as I see more and more single people, it really makes me sad. It really makes me sad. And where are we heading with all this? We all deserve to be happy, and relationship is a basic need. Every human being wants to feel fulfilled. और आप कितना भी पैसा कमा लो, if you don't have a close relationship, then I don't think you can be happy. You will just be a lonely person, just waiting for some attention and some thrill or fun, but you will never be happy. So if you feel that you can't commit, then you better seek some help and get normal, and at least aim for the readiness कि कभी तो आप कमिटमेंट का एक गोल तो दो अपने आप को कि ओके आई विल बी रेडी बाय दिस ईयर, जो भी आपके फाइनेंशियल टारगेट्स हैं या जो भी आपको कुछ अचीव करना है कि बिफोर हैविंग अ फैमिली आई शुड हैव दिस मच मनी or I should be earning this month. Give a goal to yourself, give a deadline to yourself कि beyond this I will be committed. You can't be boys forever, and that's why boys don't have families, men have families. So
well said.
Yeah. So you.
And I think one of the key things that you just mentioned, and I really love this, what you just said, which is they, not making a commitment. It's not a fashion, or it just doesn't look very cool. It's not normal.
It's not normal. It's not normal because I am so if anyone has opposing views, they can say it, but according to me it's not normal, because a human being has to feel fulfilled with the relationship. And if you can't commit, no string attached is all bullshit. You always will play with the other person's feeling and toy, and then it is all very emotionally and psychologically damaging, and it's not healthy. You will become a totally what is that damaged person in the end, and then when you get old you will be really lonely. So this is not a healthy route to take. So I would want to spread this awareness every single day that grow up, be a man, be ready to commit and have healthy relationships, so that this world is a happier place. And as I see more and more, and एक और problem है, the men keeps growing older, तो उनके पास क्या है, options ज्यादा हैं. They a 40-year-old will marry an 18-year-old girl also, and they don't care about the compatibility. A woman के option reduce हो जाते हैं. Woman is 40, then she can't marry a 20-year-old, she can't marry a 30-year-old, then she has to look at older men. So women के option कम हो जाते हैं, men के option अभी भी बढ़ जाते हैं, because like मेरी मम्मी किसी को भी पकड़ के जिसके संग वो comfortable है मेरी शादी करा दे, right? उनको बच्चे चाहिए, उनको पोते पोती चाहिए, मेरा क्या है? जिसमें मेरी मम्मी खुश है मैं खुश हूँ. This is again just boy.
And either way, that's also coming from the place of non-commitment. No,
non-commitment. Because my mama's commitment, she's getting a bahu, she'll take care of her. She wants a grandson or so granddaughter. She'll take care of her. मैं free हूँ, तुम्हें जो करना है करो. Again.
I would say that if practically you see in today's society, there are very few people who are actually in relationship. Mostly people are single. They could be single, or they could be married single. In that case, yeah, because the
I know. getting married doesn't mean that they are really married. They might have married because मम्मी ने कहा था, और फिर बच्चे हो गए, मम्मी संभाल रही है, मतलब बट मैं तो भारी हूँ, मैं तो सिंगल ही हूँ. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. There are a lot of men like that, but I think I'll just still call them boys. They are not having relationship. They're just boys. So where are the men is what the topic we picked, and we are leaving it at that. That where are the men?